Alright, hope everybody's doing well. I just wanted to make a video on some pickups that I've recently gotten in the mail and at the Great Oregon Steam Up. I had a video earlier, but the theme of it was basically I got it and you didn't, so there, haha, and that was not really a nice video to do. But what I wanted to basically point out is that I've been seeing time and again, I can't go to this event, I can't spend the extra $5 to do this, but I'd be driving around the entire valley trying to save $1 on one item. Or I head off to the Goodwill bins and I found nothing there, do. I mean, everybody's trying to 5 times their profit or 100 times or whatever, and they're just missing a lot of interesting stuff. People are not willing to spend an extra $5 to get something really nice, and then they just, say, well, I'll buy this, it doesn't have the cord, and I'll spend half my life trying to find the cord for this. Never mind, it's just one of those things, and it's really getting very exhausting. You get that all over YouTube, you get that all over everywhere, why are you doing it this way, why are you doing this way, so on and so forth, and then so there's that. But anyway, let's get into the pickups here before I get into some sort of rant video here. So the first thing I want to share with you is very, very perfect. It came actually a couple days ago. I haven't had a chance to record it. And this is an Olympic success. And again, I did the homework. You did not. Nobody on Star Tiger seemed to want to do the homework either. I got those basically on, okay, not hero cards, but I got those educational cards, and I can't think of the name right now. Sportscaster cards here. And I got swimming, and this was Olympic athlete John T. Skinner. Now he swam for the Republic of South Africa, so he's South African there. Unfortunately, you can see it got kind of kinked there in the mail, but what can you do about that one? But very, very nice signature there from John T. Skinner there. And he was a coach at Alabama, I think, and recently retired within the last 2 or 3 years. I don't remember exactly when. And there's the back of the card there from 1977. Looking very Tom Selleck-y right there, but very, very cool to have that. I did my own tiny little bit of homework and got a really awesome autograph there, so very, very nice to have that. 76, I don't know, 49-4476, I have to research all that. Looks like WR maybe? World record. Oh yeah, world record, and then there's that. Very, very cool. I think that's world record. Very, very cool there. John T. Skinner. And you can get them too if you just do a little outside research there, a little extra credit there for you. So very, very cool to get that. I don't know what that card cost separately, but it was only like 30 cents or something for me to buy that. The biggest thing I want to get out of the way here is this book here. We'll do another Olympic item here. Actually, why don't we do the next Olympic item here before I get to the book here. So everybody knows, not everybody knows that Topps has come out with an Olympic set. Several people I've talked to didn't realize that there was going to be an Olympic set this year, and all of a sudden Topps Chrome came out with an Olympic set. So I was like, wow, that's really cool. Didn't have a base card set, which is what I'm used to and what I throw in my binder. So I'm not, I wasn't sure about Chrome here, but I said, what, I'm going to pick up one card, and I want to make sure it's a numbered card, because you never know, numbered cards can go up or down or sideways, backwards, forwards, and that's a very difficult thing here. Noting that Topps Chrome has a zillion different numbered cards, 200 cards in the set. Somebody's description was wrong. They said 4 cards per pack. I think it's 8. And then so if there's 8 cards per pack and 12 per hobby box or something like that, what is that? 40, I don't know what it is. What is that, 48 cards or something like, or I can't think of the number there. It just really doesn't seem to make sense to buy a hobby box, so people buying blaster boxes and see what they get. But this one here was $10 total, including the shipping. This is number 2 out of 50. It's kind of hard to see there, but at least they have the number on the front there, where it's very prominent there. And this is Noelle Lambert. I did not know anything about Noelle Lambert. I guess she was in a moped accident in 2016 and lost part of her leg or something like that. So there was that one there, but it's a gold foil variety, number 2 out of 50. So $10 is about as good as you can get for that one. Prices seem to be fairly consistent, but a lot of cards are like double that. So I could have easily spent 20 bucks on that exact same card. And in case you care, there's the back of the card there. Hopefully we'll see that well enough. And there it is back in its penny sleeve there. So that is the one I got there. Am I going to go for any other number to 50? Probably not. I'm not going for the number to 25 because they look like orange Gatorade baths on all cards here. Now let's get to this crazy book here. This will take a lot of time to explain here. But hopefully I still have this open here. And I can get to it here. Alright, so we want to go to the Gifford Pinchot National, whatchamacallit here. And what we've got here is a Johnson Ridge Observatory. Why am I talking about the Johnson Ridge Observatory? Well, living in the Northwest here, we see lots and lots of books of Mount St. Helens on the shelves, and everybody's just sick of it. They're just absolutely sick of it. When I mention Mount St. Helens, no one wants to talk about it. They don't, or they weren't here when it happened, so on and so forth. And they see books, they cast them aside, said, yuck, more Mount St. Helens books. But if you do your homework and you figure things out here, then you grab this 1980 Eruptions of Mount St. Helens, Washington, Geological Survey and Professional Paper 1250. This is about a $40 book that I paid 50 cents for. This one's kind of got an interesting history here because it was part of the Mount Angel library of some kind. Let's see if it says right here. It said Mount Angel. Oh, where was it? Yeah, the Mount Angel Library. And that's just a town in Oregon here. But somebody had gone to Mount St. Helens at some point and got a wristband there for the National Volcanic Monument. So I don't know when that was done or when that, but it's very possible that they got it done at the same time this book was stamped here. May 31st, 1983, Johnston Ridge Observatory, Mount St. Helens National Volcanic Monument. Now, I don't know if that was part of the library for a short while. You will not be able to see that because it's having issues, so I'll probably have to photograph a picture of that one there. But very, very cool book here. Like I said, it's a $40 book that I got for 50 cents. And everybody just cast it aside like it was an encyclopedia. Because that's what people do. See, books are one of the most important things that we have on this entire planet. They're going faster than the dodo bird. And then the other thing is that books, you know, have a very important role in society, but people want nothing to do with them. So they'll just take a heavy book and throw it away, and they'll just buy some sort of crazy video game instead. And then it's really a shame. But again, I'll show you the Mount Angel library markings. Mount Angel Public Library. So there is that one there. So very, very interesting. It's down on the bottom in black there. It's very, very hard to see. Why and how that was there and how it got to Johnson Ridge in 2013 or whatever it is, why, I have no idea. So maybe somebody visited there, put their wristband there, and had a souvenir stamped there saying that this was their part of that. But the reason why I'm showing you Johnston Ridge is because, alert, Johnson Ridge Observatory is unreachable due to a landslide occurring during last summer that has taken out the road. On State Route 504, a gate is closed by the Hummocks Trailhead, preventing further travel on State Route 504. It is estimated that Johnson Ridge may be open in 2027, depending on repair work progress. Further updates on when the visitor center will be open will be made as soon as possible. So very, very interesting there. Very, very neat piece of history, that book. And like I said, I could find one copy on the internet. There's probably more, but I found one currently available for $40. So it's not your typical book. It's kind of a nerd book there, and if you're into Mount St. Helens, that's really kind of a neat nerd book there, and it's got kind of interesting history. It came from Mount Angel, which is closer to here, and then it came from the Johnson Ridge Observatory. It's stamped there, so there might have been a special event that happened there. I'm not exactly sure what. I have to look up that particular date there, and so that's very possible. Somebody had that, you know, souvenir bookmarked. That they once they got it. So I don't know why it went to this library sale at the Great Oregon Steam. I don't know. So, we'll show you some badges and pins here, and we'll be pretty much done here. Tripping over my words here, and I'm doing the best that I can to squeeze everything into one video here. So, we got through the Olympic stuff, we got through the large book here. Now we're going to do some trading, or some patches here that I picked up at the swap meet. You just have to trust me on my homework here. A lot of people are not so sure, but anyway. 40 years of cheerful service. We'll get a better backdrop here. 40 years of cheerful service. Again, there's no price guide for these things, but one that didn't say 40 years of cheerful service was probably a slightly older version than this one here. Sold for $200 and some on eBay. This one here is currently on a website outside of eBay, and this is $75 currently. Now, if I went to go sell it, I could probably sell it for $20 very quickly. But if I tried to trade or to do anything with it, people don't have any clue. they just throw this around and say it's just a badge of some sort of kids event that isn't happening anymore, and bye-bye patch, not realizing it's probably a $75 patch. I trust that particular website. Excuse me, I just had lunch. I get hiccups a lot, so you just have to bear with me. I don't do a lot of drinking, but I do a lot of eating, and eating fast, or at least I think I eat fast. I try to eat as slow as humanly possible, but whatever. Post Office Department, USA. As cool as you think this badge is, it's really only worth $5. So basically you're going to go to eBay and pay $15 for a $5 patch or more. And they're going to tell you how rare and amazing it is, but tens of millions of people have worked for the post office and probably had this similar type of badge in the 80s, 90s, 70s, 60s, whenever this came out here. So again, this is barely worth $5, and I paid $3 for that one. I paid $3 for this one, so that was the deal of the day. If you hit the right scouter that needs that, they will pay up for that. But you got to find that one scouter out of 100,000 people. So essentially this badge is worthless until you find that one guy. That's exactly how that is. Same thing with this one here, Camp Fife 1984, 0 of them on eBay. So it's possible that I throw it on eBay and I get into a bidding war, or I get to somebody that just puts a dollar bid on it because no one else was looking for Camp 5 that week, and then you go to the completed listing and says, oh shoot, Camp 5 sold for $1. That's normally a $50 badge. You know, so I don't know, 1984 was a long time ago. This one here is Fort Simcoe Area Council, part of somebody's scout uniform. I think it was a felt uniform. I don't think it would have been on a blanket, but that's very unusual, the material there. So that material dates it probably to maybe the 50s. It's very possible this is from the 50s or the early 60s. Could be from the 40s, but I really don't think so. But they used that Fort Simcoe area badge for a long time, so I have absolutely no earthly idea. And if I took this apart and found out these were plastic back badges, then why would you have this felt type of, uniform here? But blue usually means Cub Scout, unless it's some sort of explorer or something like that. Very, very common badges, Goodwill Industries or whatever, or Goodwill, Good Turn, Save Our Resources, I believe that's what that is, Salvation Army, and some sort of helping hand type thing, Scout Fair, and I don't know what the W is, but again, nothing really special there, but I value this as probably $10, and I paid $3. And then we got this Octorero badge here, which I value at $5, but it came with a pin, and I paid $3. Nothing really super outstanding about this one. This is all over eBay. The XII National Jamboree, whenever that was, probably in the 90s. So again, nothing special. Always have to make sure that this isn't a reproduction or a fake, but they do make lots of those, and they look very, very similar. So anyway, that pin came with it. That helps legitimize that. Normally you wouldn't want to have a hole poked in there, but you just leave it on there, so that doesn't bother me at all. Octorero, and then there's probably their number there if I take this off very quickly here. I forget what lodge number that was. Was it 52? 92. Or 22, sorry, it looks like 22, so just keep that on there. I don't want to lose that pin there. Again, that was $3 paid for that one. Now, these I paid $1 for. Somebody said, oh, that's a really good price, and it probably is, because I go to an antique spot and people want $5 to $15 for badges that are really only worth $1 a piece, or buttons, as I say. Mr. President, you're fired. Redefeat Bush 2004. Again, I don't have any political affiliations towards Bush, or against Bush, for or against Bush there, but I just thought that was kind of interesting because they used the "you're fired" before Donald Trump made that super popular here. If you love Mike Huckabee, fine. If you hate Mike Huckabee, fine. Huckabee for New Hampshire Republican primary, January 6th or 8th, 2008. There was just thousands of buttons, and I just grabbed some, and I don't think I grabbed the right ones. I just grabbed just random ones here. This one's very interesting here. Again, I didn't have time to do any homework there because I don't understand phones and have low batteries all the time and so on and so forth. So I don't use the internet on my phone. People's like, oh, you want to show me all this stuff here. But again, I don't understand that or even care to understand that. The more I'm on the internet, the more time I'm wasting. So Ed Reinecke was only $1 lieutenant governor, 1969 to 1974. If you paid $5 for this badge, I feel sorry for you. If you paid $1 for it, you're right on the money. But again, it's one of those things, where are you going to find another one of these? And go to the dreaded eBay and find one of these. He basically left politics in 74 because he was part of the Watergate scandal and lied under oath, or he perjured himself or something to that effect, and then became a cattle rancher till he died in like 2012 or 2006 or something. I really don't remember. California politician, so he got mixed up in all that somehow. But I just thought that was a decent sized button with nice color on it. Interesting piece of history for $1 whole there. So I bought it for $1 and researched it. There's no way I'm going to research it for a whopping $1 at this event there, unless that dollar is going to prevent me from buying something else very fancy and interesting there. So just to recap here, we got this really cool 2024 Olympic card here. Take a look and see. But I will say that you want to be very, very careful, because people are selling base cards for $5. And that's not really good. That isn't really good. You know, they're hoping that somebody, because there's different parallels, refractors, and numbers, and somebody's going to go for the trifecta of all of it and try to grab one of every card there. There's 1/1s, and Noel Lambert has something ridiculous like 27 different cards that you can theoretically try to acquire. But then when you get rid of all the number to 5s, the number to 10s, the 1/1s, then it's closer to like 20 cards there or something like that. But still, it's an awful lot of cards. And autographs, there's I think 5 autographs and 2 relic cards, and it just, you know, so then the feasible cards gets down to 15 or 10 even. Absolutely ridiculous. Maybe even less than that. This is ridiculous. But I just wanted to get one of the gold cards to see what it looks like here. Kind of an interesting, I don't know, it's really hard to tell, but there's some sort of unusual coloring around the top there. But yeah, I know nothing about her, but I just grabbed the first card that I could really feel like I could get a deal on there. And hope these are, like I said, usually $20, but I got it for 10. And thank you for watching.
And she goes, Olympic tryouts.